Thanks everyone for joining today's post-match media availability with Nashville SC head coach BJ Callaghan. Coach, come from behind draw on the road. If you could start just by talking about the team's performance and what you saw there today.
Yeah, I think coming in from obviously a U.S. Open Cup win, I thought the guys put in a really resilient performance. It's not easy with a quick turnaround and all the emotions involved. Disappointed that we go down a goal. Really proud of the group, the way they battled back. A point on the road is there, but I think there's also some missed opportunities in finishing. We had a lot of chances, a lot of balls going across the face of the goal that we probably need to be better finishing. So overall, probably 3 points out. 3 points were out there for us to take, but building on the positives here, an end of a good week.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and open up to questions. Use the hand raise function as always, and go ahead and ask two if you have them. We'll start with Ben.
Yeah, BJ, you mentioned some of the balls that went across the goal. I think officially you outshot Montreal 20-6, and it felt like even beyond that there were some other chances that maybe just lacked the final piece. How do you kind of balance between being happy with the opportunities that you created, but kind of wanting a little bit more end product?
Yeah, you want it was a bit actually uncharacteristic of us, right? So it's nothing. There's no panic. There's no alarm bells. We just left. I think a couple big chances out there. But happy the way we were able to respond to going down a goal and to create those chances. And sometimes it just doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't go in. Where we got to be a little bit more ruthless with our running in the penalty box. But just proud of the group for the way they fought. Especially, there's a lot of guys that have a lot of minutes in their legs.
And then two guys in particular, I just want to get your take on. First, Tyler Boyd. I think this was his first start since mid-July 2024. What do you make of his performance? And then Alan Carlton making his second appearance with you guys.
Yeah, I thought both had really good performances. It was great to get Tyler a start, get almost, I think, probably 60 minutes into his legs, which is great, a good little milestone threshold. I thought he showed moments where he was dynamic on the ball, really good holding the ball in between the lines. Then I thought Alan, again, everything we asked for the solutions that come in the game is to elevate the play. And I thought you saw some nice little combinations from Alan, ball security, and, came in and gave us a boost.
We'll go to Jacob.
Yeah. BJ, you said before the season that your goal for this team was to get to 50 goals. You're now at 56, which is a club record for an MLS season. You talk a lot about, doing what you say you're going to do. What does that achieving that goal with one game and left in the season mean to you?
It would have been good to get 57. But no, again, this is what this group has done. We're proud of the group. We're proud of the way that we've been able to start the work in January and be focused on trying to create good goal scoring chances. And that they've been consistent throughout the whole year doing it.
We'll go to Valer.
Yeah, BJ, how important is it with the Eastern Conference the way it is? How important is it for you to avoid that play-in game and avoid an extra game within the playoffs?
Right now the focus is getting 3 points versus Miami and see what happens. I think everybody's goal is to finish in the top 7, but for us it's get some rest, get some recovery here, and start to be focused on Miami. The table's super tight, and we can control what we do, which is having a big performance at Chiodos versus Miami.
And then before that game against Miami, obviously there's an international break, so there's a little bit of a break for you guys. You won't have everybody with you, but what are some goals you have going into this international break, and what are you trying to get out of it?
Yeah, I think the goals is there's a lot of goals on just recovery, freshness. Guys that need to get some, push some minutes. We can push the intensity in training for certain guys. And I think again, just staying sharp.
And sorry, Jacob, go ahead with your second final question.
Yeah, and you mentioned in your opening statement the quick turnaround coming from winning the U.S. Open Cup on Wednesday to coming out here and playing this game in a kind of a resilient way. I guess what kind of were you able to do between Wednesday night, Thursday, and Friday to get ready for this game?
Yeah, listen, you play Wednesday night late and you play the first game on Saturday afternoon. When you talk about hours in between games, it's crazy. And it's not an excuse. There's other teams in this league that have done it, but it's not ideal. It's not ideal for the players health. And what we were able to do is just try to get as much recovery into everybody that we could. And spent, basically 2 days preparing for Montreal. And I was just really proud of the group again on the way that they just continually are relentless in what they're doing and how they're approaching every game.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach. Thanks, guys.